Hey guys, it's Sarah Ayler from softflixcompany.com. We are going to be having a wonderful time today. Today is Kit Day. It's our favorite day of the month. We launch our new kit today, and we open the kit from the previous month and get started designing. I'm going to kickstart everyone seeing what's in the kit and then showing us their designs in our Softflex VIB group. I see our friend Gail is here and our friend Tracy. We're so excited. I'm going to flip this thing on so we can get rolling. I'm really excited today. Hey guys, it's so nice to see you. Thanks to everybody who tuned in yesterday to Jewel School and cheered me on. If you missed it, I found out from Deborah that you can watch it at jtv.com. And you can still go back and see it. It's in 2 1-hour segments, and you can check it out and see my quick demonstrations there, and then check out all the products that JTV has available, although I think some of them sold out. So I'll be back on Sunday morning super early. It's going to be, I think it's like 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific time, which in some ways is a huge blessing for me because, you know, I have 3 kids. So on a Sunday morning, it will be pretty easy to do that before they even really wake up. And then we can go on with our day like normal. And I'll also be doing a Beads of Courage event on Sunday afternoon. So that's going to be exciting too, designing with the stars. I think they had to ship everything by yesterday in order for you to get it in time for the event. There may still be a few seats open. You just wouldn't have your stuff in time for the event. I think that's the difference. So you can still check it out at beadsofcourage.org. Yes, it's Kit Day. Yeah, thanks, Deborah, for the tip about JTV. I think that'll help some folks to go back and watch it on replay who were working or just weren't able to tune in at that exact time. It was kind of early yesterday morning. So I understand if you were busy or sleeping, because that would be totally appropriate, especially if you're like in Hawaii. It would have been super early for you. Okay, so I'm going to flip over to my camera because you guys don't want to just hear me yak. You want to see what's in this kit, right? So let's do it. Let me flip on over here. So Kit Day, the best day of the month. We all get so excited. So this morning, Thomas was like, I cannot even believe it's already Kit Day. And I was like, I know. It came so fast this time, you guys. I don't know what is going on with the time. It's going by really quickly, right? So this is one of the first times in all of the history of us having kits. We have the kit I'm going to open today still available. We have been ramping up how many we can make so that we can have it all month long, hopefully, and still have some when Kit Day comes around. Hopefully we finally found that magic number that we can do that more often. But that's it. We made more than we normally do. And so we have more left over. So if you love the Resort Chic kit today, you can still grab it at softflixcompany.com. So if you're one of those people that just doesn't like the mystery that's involved in doing one of these kits, I know you're out there because you sometimes email me, what's inside the kit? And I'm like, I can't tell you. You have to buy it and find out like everybody else. So if you don't like the mystery aspect of it, this might be the perfect kit for you. When I open it up, if you love the colors and the mixture of items, you can still get this kit. So here is how our mystery design kits work. We have a new one every single month. It will contain beads and some sort of wire or stringing product. It will have findings and just enough to make several designs. finished designs, put a lot extra after you've made those designs. So you can always pick up more ear wires, more clasps, more crimps. Those things come in handy to make lots and lots of designs. And here's why you want to make a lot of designs. We do a contest. So first you buy your kit, and there is always a limited quantity available. We're trying to ramp it up so we have quite a few of them so that you're able to buy it throughout the month. But you know, there are cases where people see the color or they hear the name and they just buy it really fast and it shoots out the door in like a week. So that's still going to happen. No matter how many we make, that's still going to happen. So be prepared for that conclusion. Don't expect it to be around all month because this is an unusual thing. Join the Softflex Very Important VIB Studio group if you're not already a member. Please do not reveal the contents of your mystery kit when you receive them. You can open it, but others are going to receive their kits at different times. And so we ask that you don't reveal it until I reveal it on the last Wednesday of the month, typically at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm revealing. You're going to watch me unbox the kit and make something. And then it's going to be your turn. You're going to go to the VIB group and post what you've made over the next month. And we're going to pick one random winner to get our next kit for free. And the more items you post, the more chances you have to win, because every single design that you post is an entry to win. Not every picture, but every design. Okay, and you can mix in some of your own materials as well. We do want to be able to see our materials from the kit, so you can't go overboard, but you can mix in some materials yourself. So we have our kit that I'm opening today, which is our Resort Chic. This is based off of a resort wear designer that Kristen pointed out. This is one of the kits that Kristen picked the colorway for. And she obviously, if you've seen Kristen on Mondays, if you know her artwork, she's amazing with color. And I think she really hit it out of the ballpark with this colorway. And I'm excited to share it with you. Next month's kit is our Renewal. Ooh, that feels pretty hunky there. This is our Renewal design kit. And this is available as of today. And so this will be the kit that I will reveal next month, which will be the very end of May. So the last Wednesday of May, I will be revealing this kit. There's also a beading strand that matches the kit. And that is what you're going to get free this week when your order is over $55 at softflexcompany.com. So you can get this strand free. You can also get free shipping in the US when your orders are over $55 this week. So you can kind of get a little bit of a clue of what you might find inside the kit by looking at the colors of the bead strands, sometimes the colors of the package, sometimes the colors of the image that we post. However, expect the unexpected. So don't think for sure we matched everything perfectly. We buy all of these things with an idea in our head of what it's going to come out to when it's all together. And sometimes it transforms into something even a little bit different, but that's the mystery of it. So it's going to look similar or have similar colors or inspiration from the name, but it may not look exactly as you're expecting. All right, so, and one last thing, the Beads of Courage. I don't know if they have any seats left, and you can just watch and then be able to make after, get your kit late. I think they do, and you can find out more at beadsofcourage.org. This is the bracelet. We'll be doing a stretch bracelet. My friend Sarah James over at Jessie James Beads was kind enough to offer me some beads for my design, and then Softflex Company offered a full spool of stretch magic to each of the attendees. So we will be making that fun little stretch bracelet. Okay, so I have not been looking at questions. Let's see what questions we have. Do you guys sell the thank you stickers? They're really pretty. I love the beads you're showing now. How much are the mystery kits? We do not sell thank you stickers. We use them a lot though. And we do think they're really pretty. We have some really fun ones we picked out recently that you guys are going to start seeing on some of the live sale orders that I think you're going to just think are hilarious. But thank you. And the mystery kits are $32.95 per kit. And let's see what else. We've got Gail. I ordered the new kit today. Can't wait to get it. That's awesome. Deborah's asking, are those emeralds on your bracelet? Those are emeralds. Yeah, the big chunky ones are emeralds. I've got two different bracelets on today, but these are emeralds, and we do have some of those left. If you're ever interested in taking a look at those, you can contact Rosa at softluxcompany.com and she can work with you if you want to look at some of those pretty emeralds. We don't have a huge amount left. Kristen just bought some recently. I did a FaceTime with her and she picked some emeralds for a special project that she's doing. And but we have like a tray of short strands. They're like 3 to 5 pieces that you can get at a time. Okay, I'm looking to see anything else. Maria says she's in the car listening. Be careful. I do that with Nile sometimes when I drive home on Tuesdays from the office. I'll listen in. Let's see. Stephanie says, I've moved since I got mine and I don't know which box it's in. Oh no, I hope you find it. Let's see. Rosanna says, wow, really? That's amazing. There's some that never happens, right, Rosanna? I know. I'm really amazed by it too, but I think it's just one of those months where things were busy and we also really ramped up how many we're making. We're really trying to make sure everyone that wants one can get one. Okay, so I think I answered all your questions. We do have a new Resort Chic trio today. You'll see as I open this kit that this color way is throughout the kit. So let's start opening it up. All of our kits come wrapped like a little present. Let me close this down. I have Facebook open and it's alerting me to messages. So let me close that down. Oh, and Rosanna, I don't need to leave your message up forever, do I? Let's hide that. Okay. All right. I see Tony just got her order in. Thank you, Tony. And Tony, I just want to say, I always notice how you say such kind things in the VIB group on everybody's designs. And Teresa, you too, you go the extra mile to make sure everybody feels special about what they're making. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Beth is asking, is the kit you're unwrapping still available? It is, Beth, and that's quite unusual. So you can still get it. And Jessica's saying each kit is so amazing and beautiful. I agree. We put a lot of heart into these kits. They're really special to us. They're a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. And Kit Day is an exciting day for everyone. And we all get excited the morning of Kit Day because it's really like, it feels like a reset for the month in some ways. And we're excited to show you what we made, and we're excited to open it up and see what everybody else is going to make with it. And it's really, really a fun thing, not only for you, but for all of us here at Softlex Company. Okay, so this is the kit. The trio is a separate purchase that you can make on your own. And the trio has the blue lapis, the tanzanite, and then the pink tourmaline. And it's such an interesting combination that I wouldn't probably have come up with on my own. Again, Kristen kind of picked this out from a resort design wear designer. And It's really cool. It's really nice. So I'm excited to play around with it. Okay, so here's what we've got in the kit today. We have got some little check glass pearls in pink. And these are really, really nice. They're smaller in size. They're probably like a 3 millimeter. I don't have you guys get a list of what's in it, and I'm supposed to print it myself, and I almost never do. So you probably know better what's in here than I do. These are like a 3 to 4 millimeter fire polish in like a really beautiful tanzanite, and it looks like they have a little bit of a rainbow coating on them. We've got some deep dark blue fire polish in a bigger size. These might be 6 millimeters, I'm gonna guess. And then we've got some really pretty tanzanite pips. I think we had these just recently in another kit, maybe the peacock kit. And I just fell in love with them. So when I saw these as an option in the tanzanite color, I thought, ooh, that's pretty fun. I think we're going to have to do that. We've got our Soft Flex, of course, a 10-foot spool of Soft Flex beading wire in our pink tourmaline color. And this is a 49 strand stainless steel beading wire with a pink tourmaline colored nylon coating. So it's very flexible. It's very strong, but it is going to be really fun to work with this color and expose the color into the design. Let's see. We see Trish says, I opened my kit last night. So beautiful. I'm intrigued by the pink tubing. Yeah, I am too. I don't know that I'll use it today, but I've been watching Abby Berta over at the Bead Place. And she does a lot of stuff with tubing. I don't know if you guys are watching her as well, but some really neat stuff with tubing. So I might go check out her YouTube channel and see how I might use this in a really unusual or special way. I feel like she just did a new tubing video not too long ago as well. Julie, thank you for watching on JTV. That was so nice to be on there yesterday, and I look forward to being on there again this coming Sunday. And Motorcrafts is saying, it looks like the pink silver silk I just received from Nile will go well with this kit. I bet that's true. Yeah, I bet that's true. I haven't gotten his latest color, but I bet. Usually Nile and Soft Flex Company are working side by side without even knowing it. In a lot of cases, we kind of just cross paths naturally. I think that's what happens with best beading friends, right? Let's see. Beth is saying that she's bought our tubing in the past and it's so easy to create with. Yeah, I really enjoy Abby, and I think she makes such great videos on YouTube. So if you haven't looked her up, look up the Bead Place on YouTube and search for some of her tubing videos, and let's see if maybe that can morph over to this pink tubing that we have here. I've got some 2x2 millimeter Soft Flex crimp tubes today. If you watched JTV yesterday, I went on and on and on about crimp tubes because they're so important. They hold the whole design together, and having a really strong connection is really important. So our tubes are thicker than most. They're also solid tubing, so there's no seam, nothing hidden. It's a solid tube ready to be crimped, and they're just really high quality, great crimps. So you get 20 of those in here in sterling silver. And then we've got our package of findings. Let's see what we got in here. We've got some great eye pins. You can buy these separately on our website if you want more of those. We've got some ear wires. It looks like we have just one set of ear wires in here. So if you want more ear wires, you can get those on our website as well when you're buying the kit. One lobster clasp. And then we threw in a sand dollar button from Tierra Cast. This is made in the USA, right here actually in California, and they have really high quality findings. We put in a sand dollar button from them, which you can use as a clasp as well, either in a bracelet or even as a pendant if you wanted to. But you use it in your bracelet or your necklace as a clasp. And then look at these little seahorse guys. These are also from Tierra Cast, made right here in California. Really, really cool. Let's see what other questions we have going on. Trish says, I got some seahorses in the live sale and was so excited to see them in the kit. Nice. Yeah, I think we did sell some ocean stuff last year in a live sale from Tierra Cast. I had forgotten about that. And let's see, one of your eye pins is shorter than the other three. That's so weird. I don't know how that would have happened or why they didn't notice that. You can always email info and we can put in a full-sized eye pin into your next order. So that's so strange. Lois says, do you know what category your show is under on the JTV site? I unfortunately missed it and would love to watch. Is there a Jewel School category? And it was yesterday morning, and it was for me, it was 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific. So they probably put it in at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. And anything else? Beth's saying how much she loves that sand dollar button. If I miss any of your questions, you can always email info if you have a question you need answered directly. Thomas is also here, so he might jump in and help me out. It's a little harder to answer questions when I've got so much going on. I'm going to pull out my spools to sort. I always like to sort these Jesse James Beads mixes. So I should mention this mix is custom made for us by Jesse James Beads. You can't find this on their website. You can only find it on ours. We do an overrun from the kits on the Resort Chic mixes. So not only do we have the kit, the full kit that I'm opening available, you can also get just this mix with the trio, and that's kind of a nice way to get a little bit of what we have. Or you can get the kit and the mix. You can get the kit for next month, this kit and the mix. You can get all sorts of stuff going on this month. Okay, so I'm going to look through this. This is such a big package. There's no way I could fit it all in my hand. So I'm going to do a little bit at a time, and we'll take some close-up views of what Jesse James Beads put together for this kit. They've got some really pretty glass beads. We're going to put those there. Ooh, I like this iridescent bead. This looks almost like something you would find on the beach, like that a mermaid left for you. Can you tell I have little girls who I am always telling stories to? There's always a fairy in the forest, or a unicorn, or mermaid. There's always something going on when we go on our little walks. We've got some really fun, very lightweight, bright pink beads. And then what look like some check glass in pink too. Faceted glass. Those are fun. Most of what Jesse James does comes in at least a pair inside the mix. Sometimes you'll get just one. I think there might just be one of these silver ammonites in here. So fun. The front and the back. I love that. And there's a couple of these little butterflies, like an enamel metal butterfly, which is fun. Got some glass diamonds. Let's see, I'll put those in there. Ooh, look at these. Those are sparkly. They're more like a crystal. There's some little leaves, a couple little leaves in there. Little pink beads. Got some blues. These also have kind of that iridescent mermaid quality. Got some metal beads, which are always handy. Some bead caps. Can't get enough of those to add that little touch of metal that you're needing in your design. Some little pink glass beads for a touch of Papa Pink. This is another bead cap. What am I going to make today? What am I going to make? I don't know. That's the fun of it. So these design kits actually started from something I used to do with other companies. I would have them send me, and I might start doing this again because it was so fun. I'd have them send me random boxes of beads, like something that was special to them that I could talk about their company and make something using soft flex beading wire. And I would get the box not knowing what was inside it and have to make something using it. And it was so fun. I know what's inside these kits, but I don't always know everything that's inside. Like I don't usually see the bead mixes very closely before I open the kit. So it's still a little bit similar, but I definitely have a better idea of like what colors are going to be in it. You know, like it's not a total shock like it used to be, which was really, really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But everybody was saying, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. I wish I could get a mystery kit or box. And so that's why we started doing these design kits, was just the idea that we wanted everybody else to be able to do it too. And it's morphed into such a big thing. It kind of takes over a lot of time now, but it's totally, like I said, totally worth it. It's one of our favorite things that we as an entire company do. Everyone kind of is involved in one way, shape, or form. So we got to order all the parts and pieces, and we have to make graphics for it. And, you know, Thomas is here helping with the chat and gets all the products up on the website. And then all of our warehouse folk wrap it up and make it look pretty. So, I mean, it really, they touch almost every angle at one point or another. Lots of cool stuff in here. Lots of fun metal beads. I'm really, really feeling this metal ammonite bead and these cute seahorse guys. Okay, so what am I thinking today? Oh, I still have more beads. I haven't even showed you all the beads. It's like the endless bag of beads here. Let's see what Thomas had to say. Thomas said, resort chic makes me want to go back to South Beach and get some sun and drink mojitos. Oh, Thomas, I miss that too. Thomas and I used to travel to the trade shows together. And so we've been all over the country. And one of our favorite places, I spent a birthday in Miami with him and one of my other old coworkers. And we just had the best time. And he was truly astonished at the beachgoers. I think it was your first time there, right, Thomas? If I recall. It was really, really special. It was a very special birthday. Let's see what everyone else would like to say. Lois said, I would love to have a real Bahama Mama. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Let's see. Tony says, I watched a lot of your mystery box openings, and that's where I learned most of my beading tips. Oh, that's so good to hear. I love to hear that. Motorcraft said, I like having hints as to what the color scheme is, etc. before I decide to buy. Yeah, that's why we try to give you some little hints. But like I said, always expect the unexpected, because sometimes it can get away from us. We can buy the tissue paper. We can make the graphic. Kristen's making the graphic without seeing the kit usually. And sometimes we're like, oh, wait, that wasn't where we started, but it's really turned out good. Just a little different than what was initially, thought up. Look at all these beads, you guys. I feel like this is like a huge mix. It feels like a bigger mix than normal. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, and there's a lot of metal in here, which is cool. She did Sarah James at Jesse James Beads helps us put together these mixes for our kits. So that too, we tell Sarah our theme, we give her colors, but a lot of times, you guys, we don't even see the mix until it arrives like the day before we wrap up our kits. So things like that can sometimes throw a wrench in giving you a good hint as to what's going to happen. Fern says she's a mojito person. I politely pass on the mojitos. Those are not my favorite. Deborah says that she is totally loving the sea-themed charms. Yes, we're ready to go on vacation for sure. Kim says, have you thought about a gemstone mystery kit with some of your gorgeous gemstones? Oh, yes, we definitely have. And in fact, that dusty pink design kit that I just launched last week, I think we're about 60% sold out on it, has a strand of rhodonite gemstones in it. So every once in a while, I'm doing a mini kit, and the mini kits will sometimes have gemstones. Sometimes the big kit will too. We've had gemstones in it before. It's a little trickier to get that supplier to get it in on time. So we're kind of a fine oiled machine right now. In order to do so many, it can be a little difficult. We've got to be a little more limited on this big kit about what we put in it. Okay, so let's start thinking about what we're going to make. So we're using pink wire today, which is fun because I don't always think of pink and the beach together. So I'm going to definitely play on that theme of pink and the beach, and maybe use this ammonite that I'm so in love with, and throw some really nice blues in there. I like these tanzanites, and these pink pearls are actually quite lovely too. So I'm going to break those open, get a few of those out. Some of the pink pearls. These are check glass pearls, so they are kind of a higher quality faux pearl. And you can learn more about that if you watch. Jill Wiseman had John Kubrick on just last Sunday. If you go to her Facebook page, I don't know if they streamed to YouTube as well. But he talked in depth about how they do the pearls in the Czech Republic. And it was very interesting. You'll learn a lot if you watch that video. He is a wealth of knowledge about Czech glass. The pink tubing. Yeah, so the pink tubing you can use in a number of ways. A lot of people like to cut it into pieces, and then you can string the wire through it and just have it separate out your beads. You cut it into small pieces, or you can cut it into bigger pieces. I think what I was seeing, and I don't know, I didn't get to look closely, I was seeing that Abby had kind of morphed it, but it might be a different kind of tubing that you can do that with. And I was curious about trying it. But yeah, basically it's just a tubing that you can cut into any length that you want. You can make it into little tiny beads if you want to. You can use it as one big piece, and it will just separate out your beads. And I think I've seen lots of other ways that people have used it too. I could see doing like maybe some sort of earring and maybe wrapping around it. I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with the fun tubing. And there's seed beads. This is the kit that never quits ending. I swear, I thought I showed everything, and here we are. Also a little hink of seed beads there. Okay, here we go. I'm in love with these sparkle crystals. Who doesn't love those? I'm thinking I gotta definitely try to get those in here for my design. Let me make some space. Go down to the bottom so I can play. I like how these shapes kind of play together too. They look so similar. Go. You can do symmetrical like I'm doing, or you could definitely have fun with it and go asymmetrical. And I think I'm going to do a necklace, and then maybe I'll do a bracelet or earrings to match it on Instagram Reels after. If you're not following us on Instagram, I'm doing a video there at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And it's pretty fun because it's fast-paced, real quick. I kind of like the idea of using both of these, but I don't know that I have the right connection to do that. I wonder if I were to drop these down from here, would that be too much in the front to you? I'm thinking like attached to the button with my wire. So, and then hang these from it. I wonder if that would be too much. And then you'd have pink wire here. It's a lot of beach up front. That's a lot of beach. I'm kind of in love with these things too. So let's get those in there too. Let's move these up and away. Although I'm going to need something kind of tiny. This is why you need a bead mat, Sarah, so things don't roll around. I'm going to need something kind of tiny here in front because I'm going to use the wire. I'm going to take the wire. Let's just get our wire out. I'm going to string it like that. So I'm wondering if I just want to do one. I probably want to do one crimp to attach in like a V shape. And then maybe I'll attach in the back somehow. Okay, I'm working it out. You hear me talking to myself? Do you hear me talking to myself? Do you guys talk to yourself while you're designing? How am I going to do it? How is this going to work? Can I do it? Yes, I'm thinking this could be really fun. If I center it and then I crimp it back here, and then because I'll have dangles hanging from it, hopefully the weight distribution will help this button to not flop forward. But we don't know yet, right? Let's find out. Sometimes I make designs on the fly like this and they work great. Sometimes they don't work great. But we're going to try it and we're going to find out. Oh, good. Trish says that she talks to herself when she's designing too. And Suha says, reminds me of the Pink Salt Lake in Australia. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I would love to visit Australia and New Zealand. My dad lived in New Zealand for a number of years. And he just talked about just the awe-inspiring beauty of that country. And I would love, why did it just do that? I would love to see it for myself. I am just doubling my wire up and sliding it down. I got just a little light kink in my wire, so I'm just going to kind of relax it out. Hopefully that doesn't cause me a problem. I don't know. I think sometimes this is a good time for you to learn from what I did wrong. When you run a crimp over your wire and you catch the side of it, it's almost like a pair of scissors. It can curl that wire And so that can be problematic if you're going to have free floating wire. It may not work well. I think I'm going to have beads over that part of my design, so I don't think it's going to matter in this case, but we'll keep an eye on it. And if it does, I can always restring it at that point. But you want to be careful, no sharp edges on the wire. It's almost like a ribbon because it's a braided item. You know, like the ribbon you would buy for a birthday party. When you take a scissor over it, it curls up like a curlicue. Softflex will do that too. Some people like to use that in their design, that it does that. But I'm not particularly fond of it. Not one of my favorite things that happens. Sometimes I have used it sometimes for like packaging and stuff. But okay, so I've got my crimp. I'm going to slide it inside my magical crimping pliers. There's a little slot there where the crimp will fit inside. We're going to center and compress. You should get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli, and then we're going to turn it on our side and crimp it again. So, moral of the story, don't get to talking about New Zealand while you're beading on a live video and slide your crimp too much over your wire that it curls, right? That's the moral of the story. Okay, now that I've got this together, I can kind of see if this is going to work out or not. And if it's not, that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's what's not okay is not to even try to begin with. I might try one of these beads right up front to see how they'll fit next to each other. Sometimes beads like this are really nice in the front of a design where you've got the wire coming together because they can fit together sort of nicely. You see how that they're just like a natural fit for that V shape. And we'll see if this bottom half, well, this goes this way. This bottom half will keep that from doing that once I get the ammonite and the seahorse on. Okay, let's do this top first. What should I add? Let's see. I'm thinking this little pink guy would be nice. Let's get one of those in there. Maybe a metal bead. Kind of break it up a little bit. Let's do a metal bead on both. Gosh, I'm loving these colors together. I'm just loving them. They're so pretty. This almost looks like a moonstone, this glass bead. It's a very moonstone feeling to it. Oh, we've got some questions. Catherine asks, how much are those crimping pliers? Great question. Thomas, can you look and see how much the crimping pliers are? Debbie asks, when crimping with your magic pliers, how many times on average do you need to change positions and recrimp? It just depends. I would say on average 3 or 4 times. I usually crimp, and I'll go over it again during this video. I crimp so it's a flat 4 square. I turn it on its side, I crimp, and then I go around 2 or 3 more times after, typically. Okay, and Thomas got the link on the magical crimpers if you want to check those out. Karen is saying the tube could be put on the wire where the button is for a snugger fit to the button shank. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. Let's see, anything else I am missing? I think we're good for now, so I'm going to keep on going. So what I was thinking about doing is going ahead and adding this bottom part. So I even know, is this going to even work? Is it going to hang right? I don't know. But I think if we have weight and we have a wire on the bottom too, I think it'll hang properly. But let's kind of test it out here. I'm going to get a different, that crimp looks just a little funny to me. Get one of these. Here we go. Okay. And I probably should bead stopper. Let me see if I have a bead stopper nearby. I know I grabbed some earlier. Oh, here they are. Let's bead stopper this top so I don't stress out about losing my beads up there because I decided that I had to work on the bottom all of a sudden. I'm also going to take these pink pearls and I'm going to put them in here so they stop rolling everywhere. Okay, so here's crimping one more time. I am going to straighten this out. I may even just bring my crimp out just below this so that hopefully it sits really nicely. And then I can crimp this. So magical crimping pliers, they have a little divot on each side that's identical and it creates a dome. I'm going to fit my crimp tube inside of that divot and you're going to kind of feel it almost like slide down inside of it. And then I'm going to compress. It's going to give me what looks like a little square. And then I'm going to go in from the side. So I compress in those 4 square corners. And then I'm just going to go around it like 3 more times, making sure it looks like a little round bead. And yeah, you could try the tubing and see if that helps it to lay. I think it's going to lay okay once it's on your body because of this bottom pulling down on it. I think it's going to pull it up. And so it's just going to sit. It's almost like a bolo piece. Okay, and then I can decide what's going to go down here. Probably have the ammonite go down further and have a little bit of the wire exposed. But let's pick a few. Maybe we'll do more of these adorable crystals down here. We have enough that we could do them down here and then do them up here again. And a little bit of that pink would look good. So let's maybe one of these pink pearls, one of the pink check pearls. Ooh, I wonder if these are too big. Maybe I have a better size. It's kind of a lavender color. Might be okay. And then this guy. And then we'll attach. I wonder, that should sit okay. You always have to think about gravity because what it looks like flat on a table is not what it's going to look like when you're wearing it and gravity is pulling down on it. And so that's always the tricky part of like trying to figure out what makes sense. You know, what's going to work well. Let's do maybe right about there with the ammonite. Boy, Jesse James Beads really did a good job on this bead mix. They took it to the next level from what we sent them. Okay, so I'm attaching my ammonite. I'm just free floating my beads on the wire. Crimping, just like before. Making sure it's a round bead, checking it to make sure it's not going to pull loose, that I've got a really good strong connection there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, but just a little higher up. So I'm going to grab my bead cap, find a little lavender bead. Where did my other... Oh, there he is. And a crimp. So thank you to everyone who's been buying our kits and supporting our business. This last year has been just a wild ride, and we're so fortunate to have all of you in our lives. I think I want to make it just a little higher than that. So I'm going to move up just a little bit. Is that heavy? It has good weight to it. I would not say it's heavy, but it does have a little bit of weight. I hope that makes sense. It's not like solid, heavy metal because it's got a false backing there. It's just like an encasement. It would weigh more if it was like a solid piece. And it doesn't feel as heavy as like a tiara cast piece of that size would usually. Okay, I'm going to crimp on my seahorse. And again, don't be afraid to fail. Even if something doesn't work, that's kind of the fun. Especially you're not doing it on live video. Try it out if it's something that's interesting to you, like using this button in the front. You've never done it before. That's what these design challenge kits are for. It's for kind of testing things out that you may not do in your normal everyday life. Let's see. Oh, Debbie is thanking us. Oh, got the wrong one. Debbie is thanking us for the crimping information, wire sizes, and crimp sizes. I think that's probably for my friend Thomas. And I see Catherine's asking, so can you use crimping pliers on other crimps, or do you have to have special ones? You don't have to have our crimps per se, but you do have to have quality crimps. It's really, really important that you have a good solid crimp. And that's not just for our crimping pliers. That's for crimping in general, whether you're using the Terra crimping pliers that I used on Jules School yesterday, or you're using the regular crimping pliers that just fold in your bead. I'm adding a lavender bead if you're wondering what I'm doing from the bottom, just to kind of replay that color scheme up here. And then I'll add in my moonstone, add back my moonstone beads. You do want a good quality crimp tube. We are not the only company that sells good quality crimp tubes, but we are known for having good quality crimp tubes. And I just wanted to point out that that little kind of bend in the wire, you can tell once the beads are on it, that I created when I went over it with the crimp too fast. That's all smoothed out, which is nice. Gravity will help with that as well. And seeing if there's anything else. Nope, looks good. You guys are just getting all your questions answered. Okay, what do I want next? I think I need another metal bead. I'm going to do a nice amount of weight on the bottom of this before I finish it off. I am wondering if I want to do, it's probably better as a longer necklace. And so I may do a crimp with beads at the back to finish it. Let's add in a little more of that bright pop of pink. I think that would help. And then I had thought about these, but I might save these for an earring. Those would make really, really great. That might be my Instagram reel. Some earrings with those cool metal beads. And you can still get this Resort Chic design kit if you're interested. You can get it at softflexcompany.com. You can also get our brand new Renewal kit, which just came out today. A little more metal and do something like that. Maybe replay that a little bit, and then maybe one more pop of blue before I finish off my beads here. Here's the top. Do one of these crystal beads. Ooh, I'm liking how that's turning out, you guys. This is so fun. Definitely feeling very like strangely beachy, because it's not a color that I would normally think of or associate with the beach, but I think it's really, really cool. Let's see. Sue's asking, have you tried filling the back of the charm with resin? I haven't. I would love if you did that. If you have this kit, Sue, and you do that, post pictures in the VIB group on Facebook so we can see what you do with it. That sounds amazing. Kim is saying that we have the best crimp tubes ever. Thank you. And we sent this kit out to a few different people too. So you're going to see some others using it in not too long. We sent one to Nile. I sent one to Kristen. And then we have a couple of friends, I believe, on YouTube, at least one or two, who will be opening this kit and probably making something with it. So there's going to be a lot of design content in the next couple weeks, not just from me, but from lots of other designers too, showing off this kit. Oh, good. I'm getting all your questions. Okay. So now I've just strung a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube onto my wire, and we're going to bead stopper this side before this gets away with me. So bead stopper it off so I don't have to worry about it. I've got my 2x2 millimeter crimp tube. I put a little extra wire in there that I'm going to trim off on both ends, but that's going to give me just a little bit more nylon for my crimping plier to hold on to. And so I'm just going to kind of find my center in my thing, and then I'm just going to kind of push down on the beads so that I'm getting as close in there as I can. And I'm going to crimp, and then I'll trim off on both ends. So I normally say leave a little space, and I do think you should leave a little space so you get that flexibility. But when you've got this extra wire in here, you can see it naturally pushes and gives you that extra space. You don't have to worry about doing it yourself as much. And then I'm just going to slide my cutter in as close as I can and trim on both sides to get rid of that little extra wire. All right. So we've got one side down, one side to go, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do on the back end. Since it's a long strand, I don't really want to use my clasp back there because I can just slide it right over my head. So I might do a little bit of beading in the back end where it sits on my neck, just to have the crimps make sense. I think that could be kind of fun. I'm going to slide a 2x2 millimeter crimp on the other side. Grab a little piece of wire. I don't need that big of a piece. All right, so kind of hold on to it. Get your crimping plier. I like to sink that crimp, not compress, but just kind of sink it down into my crimping plier so it's in the right spot. And then just kind of tug it as close to the beads as I can. And then compress. And then I just go around it multiple times. And sometimes you might go around it more than others, depending on if it's getting synced down into that nylon coating. And then trim. This just feels so mermaidish to me. I can't wait to show the girls. They're gonna love this design. I wonder if this is gonna swing around the back side. Oh, it's because that's just naturally turning. You never know, but I think, yeah, like when it hangs, it's gonna pull that up because gravity is gonna pull this down and it should hang really nicely. We'll see. The test will be when I put it on, right? Okay, so let's work on this back end if we want to connect the two ends, but we don't want to use a clasp because it's a long piece. We can do a little bit of bead work back here and then just crimp on either side, real easy peasy. So we don't want to use really big beads. Obviously, we do want a bead that we can go through twice though. So that is kind of an important factor. So let's think about what that's going to be. I think it would be hard to fit through this one twice. Might be a little too small. Let me see. No. So if I crimp, I guess I could do a false. So this is what I would do if I want to do. Got to get your beads in place first. So I can see this side is a little bit longer. I'm going to do my beads on that side. So I'm going to string my crimp tube and then decide what my beads are going to look like. I'm thinking like maybe just a few cute little beads. I think I used these ones. It doesn't have to be a lot, you know, just like a little bit of flair. Instead of having just a crimp back there, you know, have something that's going to make it feel a little special. You could, if you even wanted to like anchor your little your little butterfly back there, you could. And then I'm going to crimp on this end, and then I'll bring those beads up to it. So I want to go just a little to the right because I'll have the beads to center. Compress. You could just do a crimp. I mean, nobody's usually looking at the back of your neck. But if you want to just give it that little extra flair, but you don't want to put a clasp on it, this is kind of a way to do an invisible ending. And then I can slide my beads back up and crimp on the other side of those. And it just looks like it's a little more intentional than just a crimp back there. So I'm putting my faux wire that I just need to give me enough nylon coating for my crimping pliers to anchor down. And I'm just going to compress and crimp. And then trim. And you want to get in nice and close, as close as you can get. So slide your cutter up right next to that crimp and trim it off. And there we go. Got kind of a nice little end for our super long necklace. And I think it is going to hang nicely. I'm going to test it out and see. I could have crimped these down here, but really how it looks flat is never quite the same as how it's going to look when it's hanging and you have gravity kind of pulling down on it. That can make a big difference in just how things kind of lay and how they look. So I will take a picture of this and I will be posting it on our Instagram and then in our VIB group, of course, where I love to hang out and see what all of you guys are making. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to make with the same kit. I think it's going to be a really fun colorway to see in our VIB group all month long. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me make this necklace. I'm going to see if there's any questions here. Seeing how different everybody's designs are from a kit with all the same contents is a real treat. I totally agree, Thomas. And thank you, Kim. Kim says it's a cute, fun necklace. I think it is too. It's definitely making me feel like I need to head to the resort. I'm ready for a resort vacation. I don't know about all of you guys, but I'm definitely feeling it. And I see Joy says that she's found the Softflex crimping tubes are better at making the little round beads than the cheap ones that fall apart. And that's true for all sorts of crimping. I think that's really important to note that it's true with all crimping pliers. When you've got a really cheap crimp, they just sort of crumble under the weight of the crimping pliers when you compress. And so they fall apart and they're really just not great. So make sure you're getting a good quality crimp. Make sure you're using the right diameter of beading wire and a good pair of crimping pliers, whether it's the Omteras that you get from JTV, which I'll be showing again on Sunday, magical crimping pliers that you can get on our website, or our regular crimping pliers, which will also fold in your crimp tube. And then, of course, there's Xuron crimping pliers too, which I hear wonderful things about as well. As long as you're using a good quality crimping plier, you know how to crimp. And it does take a little bit of practice. You'll do fine. It'll be great. Yeah, so I think this will turn out. This doesn't match my outfit whatsoever today, but look, yeah, the weight of the pieces at the bottom are pulling that button. So you could do this with any button, not just the one that's in the kit. The weight is going to pull it down, and then it pushes it up here so that it shows out, which is kind of a fun way to use it. I've been showing a lot of button clasps, but I haven't shown a design in this way before. So this was a nice design challenge for me too, because I got to learn something new that I hadn't tried before. But yeah, that weight is really great and so sparkly. And then this is kind of a fun, easy way to close something off if you're not going to be using your clasp. And then I still have a lobster clasp, so I can make another necklace or bracelet with this same kit. So thank you for all the sweet comments. I see them coming in. I appreciate it. I will be doing an Instagram reel after this with a pair of earrings that will more than likely match this necklace. If you want to check that out on our Instagram page, it is content that we only do on Instagram. So make sure you're subscribing and following us there as well. And I will be back on Jewel School Sunday morning. If you want to check it out, it's going to be way early in the morning, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. See me converting. I have to close my eyes to convert time zones. So it'll be real early on Sunday morning. And then I think you can replay it on their website if that's too early for you or you're in a time zone where that doesn't make sense. And I will also be doing Beads of Courage on Sunday, designing with the stars. I don't know if there's still seats available, but there may be at beadsofcourage.org. Make sure you check out the Resort Chic design kit. You can still buy it. You can also get the Renewal kit for next month, which I'm super excited about. And you will get a free matching bead strand when your order's over $55. And it's a really pretty one. It's got this sort of a sage green color and some really kind of like sandy, crystally colors in it that are really, really pretty. So you can find all of that on our website, which is softluxcompany.com. If you enjoyed this video, will you give me a thumbs up or click the heart button so that I know that you enjoyed it? And I will see all of you guys in the VIB group. And I can't wait to see what you're making with this same kit. So if you want to see what everyone makes, make sure you're on Facebook and you join our SoftLux VIB group to see what the designers who bought this kit are making, because you're going to be blown away at how different all the designs are. And if you want to see what everyone made with last month's kit, not everyone, but a choice few made with last month's kit, we have a brand new blog that posted today for last month. And I think it was the egg hunt. Was it egg hunt last month? And you're just going to be blown away at the variety of designs that come from the same mixture of beads. It's really incredible. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And you can shop on our website, which is softluxcompany.com.